Okay, I'm ready now whenever you are. Okay, good. We'll have a moment of silent meditation and pledge to the flag. Thank you. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Good morning. It is October 5th. It is 10 o'clock, and all three county commissioners here, and we now will have consents and approvals from the county administrator. Good morning. Welcome back.
Thank you. We have 23 listings for exonerations, 23 listings for $40,673.91. Minutes for September 28th, 2022. General County Fund for vouchers, 602, $7.00. Magistrate Court, 10720. 911, $11,498. Chestnut Ridge Park, $2,261.72. Camp Muffley, $615.07. Mason-Dixon Park, $1,427. Mon County Center, $17,975.39. Assessor's valuation, $3,538.44. Purchasing card vouchers, General County Fund, $16,773.68. 911, $41,363.66. Chestnut Ridge Park, $697.80. Camp Muffley, $1,106.16. Mason-Dixon Park, $89.85. Mon County Center, $295.96. Assessor's valuation, $95.45, for a voucher total of $699,852.38. We have position vacancies for boards and authorities listed on our website, and fiduciary orders for October 5th, 2022.
Move to approve the consent agenda as presented.
Second.
Properly moved in second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Hold on. I apologize. Okay, here we go. Okay, we now will have introduction of new employees. Sheriff Palmer or stand-in.
I'd like to introduce Wendy Shannon to you on the sheriff's behalf. He requests that she be appointed to the housekeeping department with an effective date of October the 1st.
Move to approve the personnel as presented.
Second.
Properly moved in second. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Good luck. You have to do a lot of cleanup after the police.
The one thing also I'd like to mention, she's replacing a long-time housekeeper that we had that was hired under Joe Bartolo.
Oh, wow. Really?
And reluctantly, we hated to see her go, but she worked until she was 78.
Wow.
So hopefully Wendy can kind of hang in there for a while too with us.
Welcome. Thank you for being part of our team. Is there any other?
Not that I know of.
Okay. Seeing none, we will go down to comments from the public. At this time, if you come down, state your name, your address, and then feel free to address the commission on any issue you would like. Good morning.
Good morning. David Goldberg, President and CEO of Mon Health System, 1200 J.D. Anderson Drive, Morgantown. As you all know, I like to come to County Commission and City when it isn't so filled rooms, I guess,
Yes.
on some events, to give an update of what's going on in Mon. Yesterday was, I think, a monumental day at Mon Health Medical Center in particular. We had a graduation for a program that we started with great support from the Hazel Ruby McQueen Trust called Pathways to Success, where we identified we had significant vacancies across our health system. In particular at the medical center. Down at our village at Heritage Point, we've had multiple cooks, multiple server positions open. We're all dealing with this post the pandemic. At the medical center, same thing. And then we identified an opportunity with Bartlett House and the new Hazel's House for Hope and others that people are looking for employment, but may not meet the sometimes basic requirements that we have posted for a job. Some don't have high school diplomas. Some are just a little down on their luck. Some have just been out of the workforce and haven't been able to re-enter. So with the thanks of the Hazel Ruby McQueen Trust and us, we instituted this program. And we had more than 15 people initially register for the program, and we recognized 5 in particular yesterday at the medical center that are either field server jobs, environmental service positions. Some have already come in, moved up. What was so wonderful to hear them talk about, and our state auditor, J.B. McCuskey, was able to join us as well, is some of these people, they just weren't able to get to the next step. So I think it's great community helping community. There are no free handouts. These are people who want to work, and we want to help them. And then we surround programs around them. Some of them need help us with counseling, help us understand financial management, help us get our credit scores on the path to a better state. We also were able to work with some local landlords in the community and got some of these people homes where they were able to sign a lease and get into permanent housing. So it was a great day. It was also yesterday the 1-year anniversary of our geriatric emergency room. It's bronze certified or accredited. Yesterday was the 1-year anniversary. We are a Medicare population in large part in Monongalia County and surrounding areas, and to be able to have an emergency room that's focused on the needs of our seniors, I think speaks volumes. So we were proud about that. The other thing I wanted to come and update, it's been a little over a month since we announced the closure of our merger and bringing Charleston Area Medical Center and Mon Health System together to form Vandalia Health. Many of you know what Vandalia is, but it is a term that was used many, many hundreds of years ago in the 1700s of what this region would have been called in parts of West Virginia, Ohio, Kentucky, Virginia, and Pennsylvania, called Vandalia. We chose, I think, correctly in our state's West Virginia. And I could say we now because I am a permanent resident now of Morgantown. I live in condos above the Marriott, so I am a voter here finally, and look forward to exercise my right in November. But that Vandalia name is special to us, and we're thrilled with that. And I wanted to thank the County Commission in particular and the Building Commission for the great work they did to help us on getting Mon Health Medical Center and our obligated group bonds brought into the same bond structure with Charleston Area Medical Center, so we have one debt structure as a combined organization. So what does that mean to anyone out there? Our bondholders, there's never been an issue in not paying on our bonds. There never will be. It was a way to bring our combined organization together to have the scale to be able to have better access to capital, better access to borrowing rights and rates over time, and being able to bring us closer together. So we're thrilled about that. Last and final, we continue to be the 24th comprehensive heart care center in the country, right here. Still the only AFib, heart rhythm, accredited hospital, and a host of other accolades. Urolift, which is urological procedures, as us getting older males will definitely need help from our urologists, as well as a Center of Excellence in Robotics. And we've been recognized as a Center of Excellence for Gynecology. So continuing to move forward with great clinical outcomes, top service. Your hospital here is a 4-star CMS ranked hospital. It's also a B-rated Leapfrog hospital. So we lead the state in our quality and our outcomes and our cost. So with that, I know it's not typical. Glad to answer any questions from the commission. If not, I just want to continue to thank you for your support and continue to be good partners with the county, the city, and all in between to make sure we're providing for the health and well-being of our community.
Normally, we don't respond. Could I ask to have a motion to suspend the rules so we can respond?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, properly second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Did either of you want to respond before?
No, the only thing I don't think you updated us on was obviously, the Mon Health is a partner in the EMS services, and I know that the EMS group has initiated a campaign to support the levy.
Yes.
And I didn't know if there's anything that, we appreciate your support. We appreciate W Hospital's support of that organization. And the commission is happy to be a part of that process. And, as elected officials, we got to kind of sit on the sidelines and say, okay, here's this, support it. But if you wanted to say anything
Yeah.
about the levy.
Yeah, thank you, Commissioner. Let me start by saying we have a 40-year history of providing 911 services as what is Mon EMS. I applaud Albert Wright and WVU Medicine for coming in with us in 2019 to form now what is a joint venture between both. I think our county is very lucky to have two excellent healthcare organizations close by to be able to provide and be able to lend support for a service like EMS. It is a very expensive proposition. We are not backing away, neither organization, from continuing to support Mon EMS, the equipment it's needed, the locations, and everything. But as Forrest Wyan, our executive director, has been sharing, and as you all know the economics, EMS gets paid really two ways. If you're a transport company, you're able to bill insurance if you have it, or the patient. Or an entity like Mon or WVU hospitals, if they're going to transport a patient from point A to point B, we potentially may have to compensate for that patient transport. On a 911 side of the business, they typically only get paid if they bring a patient who needs care to a hospital. They can't bill from the field. So there's a cost of supplying this service in and around community locations. They see tremendous amount of patients who may have fallen, who may need simple bolus of saline or other types of solution, but they don't need to come to the hospital. That's a good thing. We don't want patients coming to a hospital that don't need to, but they can't bill for it. So what happens is we, as the entity, pay that readiness cost or loss of revenue cost. So truly, to clarify for anyone else listening, and you all know this, the levy is purely for the 911 side of the business, not the patient transport. And it is to be able to help the infrastructure costs for new equipment, locations, those unbillable kind of encounters to make sure we always have 911 services available. We come regularly through Forest to update the county commission and others. We're very timely. It is sometimes to the person making the call not as fast as they want it to be, but we're within minutes. We are not within tens of minutes or hours to respond to a call. That we continue to maintain with the levy, and we continue to use those dollars to continue to support the service for the community because we deserve it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Just to touch again on something you said, I think it's important to note that readiness cost eats up most of this
Yes.
deficiency that we're talking about. The fact that we have an ambulance sitting and waiting in various parts of the county, and those workers still need paid, and
Yes.
that ambulance still needs to be ready to go. And there's a huge cost to that that's not reimbursable by anyone. So
Absolutely.
that's why that levy
And
is
and
very
we as Mon Health as well as WVU Medicine fund the shortfalls. And we're not backing away from continuing to be a partner and operate that. The levy is going to help us have consistent funding at, I think, a very economical base approach to what that funding will be to always have that service available for 911 service, emergent services, rescue, and a host of other issues.
So the key is when you call, someone will show
Yes.
up.
Yeah.
And Jimmy with Mecca 911, I mean, outstanding collaboration, who sits on our board and keeps us honest to make sure we look at the numbers, but we look at what's behind the number to make sure we're always available for our community.
And I just want to add one more. You talked about your pathway to success, and you had 5 success. Actually, I'm going to give you a 6th one. I received a phone call from Pantry Plus More. One of your individuals needed some extra help because they had
Excellent.
children and needed food. Not only did we get it to them, but we also have them signed up for the programs
great.
on a monthly program, and you would have thought we gave over $1 million. I mean, so what you were able to do and then reach out because they didn't know to reach
Right.
out. So it's working, and I wanted to tell you that.
Well,
And
thank you.
you know, food is medicine. You've taught me.
I've said that, and last night one of the people there with her family was wearing the chef's top.
Oh,
and I
really?
said to her, and I walked right in and I said, food is medicine. Our EVS people, you're not just cleaning a room to the lovely lady who was here. You're not just cleaning an area. You're reducing infection. You're reducing risk of spread of disease when you clean a room. Everyone's a caregiver. So our journey is to be able to make people sustainable, but it's also, honestly, it's to fill the roles we need to make sure that we can continue to provide for the community we serve.
So I thought you wanted to know that. We're
Thank
very
you.
successful. Well, we thank you, and we
Thank
look
you.
forward to seeing a positive result in November for the EMS levy.
Yes.
Well, I'm saying that as an individual. I have to be careful. And we look forward to working with you.
Always do, and we appreciate the support of the commission and the county. Thank you all very much.
Thank you very much.
Have a great day.
Thank you,
Okay.
David.
Is there anyone else who would like to come and speak before the county commission? This is your one time? Okay. Thank you. Seeing none, we will move on. We will deal with Proclamation National Domestic Violence Awareness Month. And we saw you last night at the city. Good morning.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
So,
If you want to just state your name and your address, appreciate it.
yeah, my name is Leanne Williams. I live 47 McCartney Avenue, Morgantown, West Virginia.
Okay.
And my name is Hannah Ray, and I'm at 123 Meadow Ridge Townhomes.
So we're going to read the proclamation. Whereas the crime of domestic violence violates an individual's privacy and dignity, security, and humanity due to systematic use of physical, emotional, sexual, psychological, and economic control and/or abuse, including abuse to children and the elderly. And whereas domestic violence against the citizens of Monongalia County continues to affect every person in Monongalia County as a victim, survivor, or as a family member, domestic partner, friend, coworker, or neighbor of a victim or survivor. And whereas the problems of domestic violence are not confined to any group or groups of people, but cut across all economic, racial, gender, and societal barriers, and are supported by societal indifferences. And whereas to prevent the future of abuse of our citizens, it is critical to foster greater public awareness of the causes and effects of domestic violence and to address this problem on every civic level. And whereas the staff of Rape and Domestic Violence Information Center, alongside volunteers, promote domestic violence prevention by offering educational services in Monongalia County throughout the year. And whereas the Rape and Domestic Violence Information Center requests public support and assistance as it continues to work toward a society where all people can live in peace, free from violence and exploitation.
Now, therefore, in recognition of the important work done by the Rape and Domestic Violence Information Center, serving Monongalia, Preston, and Taylor counties, as well as other domestic violence programs, the Monongalia County Commission does hereby proclaim the month of October 2022 as National Domestic Violence Awareness Month and urges all citizens to actively participate in the scheduled activities and programs to work towards improving victim safety and holding perpetrators of domestic abuse accountable for their actions against individual victims and society as a whole.
Move to approve the proclamation as presented.
Second.
Properly moved in second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
And just for clarification, you were here for an organization. You might want to say which organization you were here for.
Okay. We're with the Rape and Domestic Violence Information Center.
Okay. Thank you. And we appreciate, unfortunately, what you have to do. And we know the numbers are increasing.
And we thank you for your continued support.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Colin Kuhn, do we have any grants?
We were awarded $135,000 for the Governor's Highway Safety Program, and I have that grant contract here for you to sign.
Okay.
Move to approve the president signing the documents as presented.
Thank you. Properly moved in second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay. Correspondence. Do we have any correspondence?
I only got one item, and this came in the mail while we were at a conference, but opened it this morning. It's the Region 6 Planning and Development Council Comprehensive Economic Development Strategy for 2022 through 2026. So I haven't got to read through it yet, but if you guys want copies of this, I can surely make that for you. Looks kind of
Okay.
interesting.
Anyone else have any correspondence?
I do have one piece
Okay.
of correspondence. This came in this morning. It's from Taryn Mosier, who is a citizen out on 119 Goshen Road. Good morning, Sean. I will not be able to make this morning's meeting for public comment, but I would like to thank the Monongalia County Sheriffs for enforcing the 35-mile-per-hour speed limit at the intersection of US 119 and Goshen Road. This is not a complete solution, but it's a starting point. Hopefully, folks in the community will be able to maintain safer speeds near the school intersection for safe entrance and exit. This is for the safety of our children, administrators, teachers, parents, and bus drivers. Thank you again, and I hope this will become a regular occurrence for our community. Taryn Mosier.
Thank you. That's good news. We do not have any unfinished business, so we will go to new business. To consider joint county-city appointment to the Mon County Urban Mass Transit Authority.
The position is Jeremy Evans,
Yes.
being reappointed. I move that we approve the reappointment of Jeremy Evans to the Mountain Eye Transit Authority as presented.
Second.
Properly moved in second. Any discussion?
Just a quick clarification. He is a recommendation from
Right.
WVU Transportation and Parking,
Right.
and that's
It's a
typically-
WVU recommendation.
Yeah, it's typically the appointment
Okay.
that is a joint city-county appointment.
Okay. Properly moved in second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Consideration approved requisition number 11 for the University Town Center Series 2020 Property Tax District Administrative Expense Fund.
Did you say 11? Just wanna
Yes.
make
Number
sure
11,
I'm
that
just
one.
reading the right one.
Yes.
$668.75.
And that goes to Municap.
Yes.
I move that we approve requisition 11 as presented.
Second.
Properly moved in second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Consideration approved requisition number 67 for the University Town Center Excise Tax District Administrative Expense Fund. This is number 67.
Okay, so this is $22,206.25, and these are invoices submitted to us from Unicap for their services.
Move to approve requisition number 67 as presented.
Second.
Properly moved in second. All those in favor say aye.
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 Consideration to approve the request for proposals to be signed and distributed to a minimum of 3 ICPA firms on the list of appointed firms for the fiscal year 2022 audit as directed by the West Virginia State Auditor's Office.
This is a normal function. The RFP is in the format of the state auditor's office, so it's just normal process. I move that we approve the RFP. I move that we approve the RFP as presented and release the RFP as soon as possible.
Second.
Properly moved in second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Do we have any other new business?
Yes. Another item, sorry.
Okay.
The clerk sent to me this morning, they've had to do some emergency changes on polling locations.
Okay.
The Westover the Westover VFW was supposed to be the location for precincts 71, 72, 73, and 75. They do not have heat, so they are moving those precincts to Skyview Elementary School.
Oh.
Westover VFW was also supposed to be used as an early voting location, and again, that can't be used. So they're eliminating that as a location,
Okay. And
Not
we'll make sure,
replacing, just eliminating.
just eliminating.
make sure the
this.
media, if you're able to get that out for us, we would appreciate that. Okay.
And we can give them a copy of this,
Okay.
of this
That will
notice
help.
as well. So I just need a motion.
Move that we approve the changes, polling place changes as presented.
Second.
Properly moved in second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any other?
No, I think that's all.
Sean, Jeff,
No.
you- okay.
Nope.
Seeing none, we will have any reports from elected officials or department supervisors. Does anybody want to come on down? Going once, going twice. That's why we move our meetings quickly. Okay, reports from county commissioners. Jeff?
Instead, I had the great pleasure yesterday of going on an extensive tour of our Mason-Dixon Historical Park with our Director of Parks, J.R. Petsko, and the new playground out there is fantastic, a real boom for that community. I encourage anyone to go out and check it out. And that park is just immaculate. There's not a leaf out of place. There's not a board with a splinter sticking out of it. It is absolutely stunning. Our parks superintendent out there is Angela's doing a great job, and JR, of course, is overseeing all that. And I went through the trail system, and there's just some breathtaking views when you get up on top of the ridge. So anyone that's not had an opportunity to go out there, it's only about a 10-minute drive from the Sheets in Star City, and well, the first Sheets, the second one's now rubble. But so it's really worth the drive. And once the leaves change, it's just going to be breathtaking. So I appreciate JR giving me the tour and encourage anyone to go out there. That's all I've got.
Sean?
Since last meeting, last Thursday, had the Mon County Health Department Board of Health meeting. And then in the afternoon, he had the auditor's office had his Open Gov Forum, which Commissioner Bloom and I participated in. And I went from there to the Farm Bureau dinner. Friday was just a regular day of staff reports. This Monday, I attended a meeting on behalf of the commission with Star City representatives, their consultants, MUB representatives, and city representatives regarding the flooding issues on Fenwick, their Fenwick project, and had a lengthy discussion about that project and where it currently stands and a path forward. After that, I attended the UHS Showcase of Bands out at Modern Pharmaceutical Stadium. This was, again, a good opportunity to see these bands come from all over the area and participate, and thanks to UHS for putting that event on. Morgantown Highs was the previous Saturday, but it was canceled due to the impending rain last weekend,
Right.
so hopefully that will be rescheduled soon. Tuesday, I had a broadband tag up. The main subject was development of our communication plan to communicate progress as we roll out the different rings. Right now, we're focusing on Ring 11, and that part of that project is moving along. We should have a communication plan in the very near future to keep everybody updated. That includes the whole host of dedicated website, regular briefings, that type of stuff, just to let people know where we're at. Today we had our Greene County call before this meeting. Today's a normal day, if whatever normal is, and this afternoon is the UHS Homecoming Parade down High Street, so looking forward to that. Tomorrow is a busy day. We have the Hope Hill Sobering Center grand opening. After that, I had a meeting with Morgantown Area Partnership Director Russ Rogerson, meeting with a potential economic development entity that's considering coming into town. And then I have a meeting in Blacksville with the Blacksville and Wadestown Volunteer Fire Departments and our 911 director to talk about communication issues, to see if we can, there have been improvements. We finally got off the cradle point and got the router installed. So the temporary aspect of the new tower hopefully has been removed, and we're still working on these communication issues, and that's why we're going out there to meet with them, to compare radios, to see where the dead spots are, to see what they're experiencing in these areas, because it's vitally important that they have communication as they're trying to support our area, our citizens in that area. After that, I have the Mason-Dixon Historical Park Advisory Board meeting at the park, and after that, there's an event at Milan Park that we've all been invited to. Friday, we have staff reports and another broadband tag up, and then next week it gets busy. Monday, we have our Juma annual meeting. And then in the evening, we have Monongalia County Extension Service Committee meeting. So lots of meetings going on. I do want to, I get these calls every once in a while, and sometimes things that we're not even involved with, we're able to help. The school system had their phone lines were out at the central office for like 2 weeks, and they weren't able to get anybody to get it fixed. So the school board president asked me if I can get our people engaged to have good communications with Frontier officials and other communication experts. So I got a hold of Mike Fortney and asked him to make a few phone calls, and within a couple of hours the phones were back and operational. So happy to help anytime that we can work together to help each other. So that's all I have.
Okay. I just have a couple. I attended the Built for Zero homeless meeting. There was about 20 of us. This is the new state directive using the West Virginia Coalition to End Homelessness to come up with a plan, and I'm really excited that we're moving forward on it. And just so people know that we are required to do what's called a point-in-time check in January, but we've heard the community, and they've asked us to do a second one in the summer because they believe we need to explain the difference between what homelessness is and chronic homelessness, and we are moving forward on that, and I'll keep you informed with that. The second thing is, looks like Jimmy Smith is going to be busy because tomorrow at 1 o'clock, I'm meeting with city officials, EMS, 911, possibly Star City Volunteer Fire Department, to just discuss some issues that happened during the fire that happened over in the apartment complex and communications, and just see what we can do to have better communication. So that will be taking place at 1 o'clock. And the third thing I will just say is last night I attended the city council meeting. I offered the proposal from the county commissioners with MUB, and I believe it did have some sort of effect because they did table the ordinance and they will be looking at our suggestions, and hopefully we can move forward on that issue. And that's all I'll say on that.
Move to adjourn.
Move to adjourn. We be gone.